All right, Sean. Cloud gaming. Control.
Yes.
Did you try it?
Yes.
Okay, this is interesting. Rand, we talked about Microsoft and cloud gaming with xCloud.
Indeed.
Because all of a sudden, Nintendo is getting a bit more interesting in cloud gaming on their side, too. They originally had just done cloud gaming in Japan. It was with Resident Evil 7, from what I remember.
And
Assassin's Creed
Odyssey. And we tried to do it here. Remember that? And it was terrible.
Well, it will work, yeah.
I think I got into Resident Evil for like 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, I saw like the chick at the start where like you're talking to her, and then that was it. It would just go to shit.
It was interesting that it worked for as long as it did because it was trying to work out of Japan. But now this is launching. Is it most of the world? I'm trying to figure out how much of it is because I'm sure that it's not everywhere. But I know in the U.S. it works. So
I think it is most.
Yeah, because I got one of my users that's in Australia, and he tried. He can download it, but he had to wait in the server queue for it.
So the way it works, you download the 68 megabyte control file, and then it basically just opens the game, I assume in a data center somewhere, and then you're just streaming the game. But you can play Control for a little while, and then it's like, oh, go buy it for $40. I guess the Control Ultimate Edition, all of that. Yeah. So here we are now with Nintendo doing cloud streaming for games. Hitman 3 is coming next year. I don't know. We were talking about xCloud before on the Switch, weren't we? It's interesting now all of a sudden.
It's North America, Asia, consisting of Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, and parts of Europe.
Okay.
So, Sean, what did you think about Control itself on the Switch? The experience of playing it.
For me, it worked fine. I know some people said it worked like ass for them, but I mean, it kind of depends on your internet and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it worked fine. I actually did both modes. I did graphics and performance mode because if you just go on another account, they don't care, and you could try it again. But yeah, it worked fine for me. So I was actually very, very interested in it, and I'm actually gonna we're in the future, so it's Saturday night. So today I made a video about this topic. Make sure you go watch it, you son of a bitch, after this show. But no, I think cloud gaming is a very interesting thing, and I've seen a lot of backlash towards it from people, like, but it's like you got to look at the bigger picture, man. Like you have to. It's almost to the point of where it's like you're either gonna get this game or you're not going to get this game.
Well, let me ask you this, Sean. Would you be concerned that a developer wouldn't necessarily explore all of their options if there's like do you think Witcher 3 would have got to the point that it was on the Switch to where they're like, oh, this game would run if they had the option to just be able to stream it to the Switch?
That's the one caveat. That's no matter if you're looking at it from a good perspective or a bad perspective, that's the one thing that nobody can really predict is how developers are going to utilize this because Ubitus, or however you say it, Ubitus. How would you say that? Ubitus? Ubitus. We're going to say Ubitus. Ubitus is the company that's doing it. And Ubitus has already said that they're doing more games for the Switch from higher profile developers. Resident Evil 3 was found with the fucking cloud version right on the picture. So that's obviously coming. So it's like, at some point I could see concern happening, but I mean, that's also. I mean, you also have to.
Can I interject just a little bit, Sean, with what you're saying?
Here we go.
I have a question too after OJ.
Can I? No. Listen, like I'm not a cloud person. I don't.
I'm not either.
But the thing about it, which I've been saying, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, but I think the biggest issue is like this. I've said this on here. Games weren't coming anyway. The Witcher is like the anomaly, right? We have The Witcher, we have Doom, we have a few games, but the large majority of games aren't coming over anyway. Resident Evil wasn't coming. Control wasn't coming, and now it is. So I agree with you that it's either you have it or you don't. Will developers not create the game in order? I think that there's too big of an issue for them to take that. If they can do it and it can be done in a timely fashion that's profitable for them, they can do it because they can make more money doing it the normal way because you can sell it in stores. They'll make way more money if you just like the Witcher 3 developers are going to make way more money than Control or Resident Evil. They're going to make way more because it's physical, right? You can buy it, and it's digital, and it's not reliant on internet. So I don't think developers are going to say, oh, now we're just going to go in and just do cloud version of it, because they can make so much more money doing a physical version if they can. But a lot of developers aren't good enough to do that, and there's not enough porting studios to even get it done. Did you guys read the interview with the Control Remedy, what they said about it?
Yes.
You know, so I think it's really going to be like a case by case type of thing. But a lot of these, I've said this before, a lot of these games weren't coming anyway. It's going to be games that were already released. It's going to be the Resident Evil. It's going to be Control. It's going to be stuff that was already released and passed, whatever. I mean, if it came over to the Switch, a 540p version, people are just going to complain about the frame rate, complain about the resolution. They always do. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not a cloud person, but at least it's there. It's cool to have it. It's better to have it than, I guess, to not have it. You know?
Exactly. And it's almost like at this point, it's like, well, why didn't you just do Doom Eternal like this? Because obviously, I want Doom Eternal on the Switch. I want it natively on the Switch. But the game,
Sean, I'm gonna tell you,
it's out for a year.
It's just time to Game Pass that thing, Sean.
Whoa, hold on. I got a question for
Sean.
Sean.
Has Game Pass. He has his Xbox hooked up.
So, how are you giving Control a pass when we've been shitting on Stadia for the last 12 months?
Dragon MVG.
$40 for that game. 40? It's not worth $40.
Oh, no. I did not say it was worth. I did not say anything about the value of the game, the price of the game. Should you buy the game? I was simply asked how I thought about the game, how it performed about the game.
Stenographer, read back the minutes.
The game performed great for me. Did I buy the game? No, fuck no.
No, it's really weird. I thought you were dressed as Doc Brown, and here you are as a politician being like, I enjoy many kinds of games.
I think it's
Max,
the image.
I didn't buy Control. I'm not buying Control at $40. If it's a game that interests me, sure, I'll check it out. But if it's something like Control, no.
What if there was a subscription service on the Switch that let you do cloud gaming?
If they actually added a tier like above what they have, maybe add another like $3 a month or $5 a month on top of the current subscription, and it gives you the pool of cloud-based games, I think that would be kind of cool. But like, I can't see anyone buying Control for $40.
What if there was
if only there
was a company out there that had a whole streaming platform that would actually be able to bring something over there. Maybe they customize it a little bit. And put
I'm
it on the
okay
Switch.
I'm okay with cloud stuff if it's extra. The problem with Stadia is that it's the main thing.
Yeah.
xCloud, I'm fine with xCloud. It's an extra thing. It's on top of what you already get.
People already have it anyway. Right,
you know,
now,
Switch. It's and like this cloud stuff. It's just extra. You want to play, okay, but the main way to play is the physical games. Stadia, the problem, like, you know, Stadia and these, what's Amazon's Luna or whatever. The whole thing is cloud. Everything's cloud. There is no regular base games or anything. So I think that's.
I heard that's the future though. The publisher said that's the future. Is cloud,
I mean, it's part of it because they want to make money. So of course they're going to say it's they want people to buy the $40 Control.
We're hearing that digital is overtaking physical now, and all this.
It's definitely. PlayStation fans are definitely buying a lot more digital these days. That's for sure. And Xbox, same Game Pass,
Switch. So. Yeah, they're all overtaking digital.
Switch, not so much, not as much. Switch is definitely lower than the other two. But Animal Crossing has almost a 50-50 split with digital and physical. But I don't know about like the rest of the stuff.
I think they put it out in their last investors. We could find out. I think they had like a card that went like where they go through all the statistics. I think they put something out about it. I'll have to double check on it. Well, I mean, although they'll probably put a new card out in 5 days, so
yeah, pretty soon.
It won't matter. That one won't matter anyway soon.
I look at it as like a win-win. It's a win for Switch owners, and it's a win for the developers who can't realistically port their graphically demanding games to the system. So, you know, if Switch users want to play Control, they're able to. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but is Assassin's Creed Valhalla coming to Switch? Or is that a game?
No.
But like now with this, Valhalla could come.
Yeah.
People could play that.
Yeah.
And if any more games like next gen games come, you know, that probably would skip the Switch. Now, if this people are actually buying these versions, maybe they don't, or maybe they come to the Switch Pro. When's that coming? Releasing, Nate? The Switch Pro? Is it next year? Early next year?
Just
Sometime
blink
next
twice.
year, but it ain't gonna all of a sudden run these games native. People
It's too
have
bad
to get that
OJ
idea
can't
in
put out a
their head.
tweet saying that you confirmed the date right now
No.
because it's pre-recorded.
That's
would show up.
true.
Oh, that's a good idea though. Think I have like people like tune into that.
I did
Mm.
not confirm.
Well, it worked. It
anything.
worked last
You
time.
didn't
Then we got
deny
like
it,
five. Well, last time I did
The
it,
expectation
worked.
of it is 2021. We have Bloomberg talking about it. We have Wall Street Journal talking about it. 2021.
TCL said, "Congrats, Nintendo."
TCL is a business manager who doesn't know their ass from their elbow.
TCL, baby. Let's go.
Nobody actually read that tweet or that article. The tweet is like, "Hey, thanks for using the same technology as us."
To be fair,
Okay.
Sean's a big TCL fan. To be fair, he's got one of those TVs in his living room right
Yeah,
now.
One.
he's
I
looking
got
for
two.
that.
He's got
looking
two.
for that sponsorship deal right now.
Look at that
Love
sponsorship.
TCL.
hey man,
I
get those
I also
boxes
think
so
that
you
this
can.
is a glimpse at the future of the Xbox One.
What's that?
Because
Just
they've already-
streaming.
well, yeah, they already said, and we already know that they're bringing xCloud to Xbox One.
Mhm.
So basically, if you want to play Fable and Avowed and all those games, but you don't necessarily have a PC or the new platform, well, you can still play it on your Xbox One console.
I've been
and just
saying that
stream it.
for so long. Just make these Xbox One systems just little streaming. Well, not little. Nate's VCR is a pretty big streaming box, but like streaming boxes, just do that. And I mean, yeah, it would probably like Phantasy Star, for example, should just be streamed anyway because that game has a hard time running. I remember MVG, you were running it on your
On the
VCR, and
yeah.
it was like it wasn't running great. So if they keep making improvements to that 5 years from now, instead of discontinuing the Xbox One, that could even stream since that's an MMO anyway. You have to be connected all the time. But yeah, I think you're right, Rand. I think eventually those will just be streaming boxes either way, so they'll never really go away technically. I
The
think
VCR
that's a
will
good
live
idea.
on forever.
It will, dude. That the VCR is already costing us Cyberpunk, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, it's somebody's fault. It's the VCR's fault.
Do we want to